So, I did a podcast about probably 2 years ago when Brandon Ingram first got traded to the New Orleans Pelicans. Like, you got two talented players under 25 and under, but you kind of got to give one the keys to the franchise. And to me, I always said that the person you give the keys to the franchise should be Brandon Ingram because his game is predicated on skill set and athleticism. We know Zion Williamson's game is predicated on athleticism. Now, they can work together, but the sad part about it is the New Orleans franchise is just a franchise you don't want to play for because they don't know what the hell they're doing. You come in, you sign Stan Van Gundy. Now, I understand the fact that Stan Van Gundy's leaving. You sign Stan Van Gundy, hoping he can recreate this magic with Orlando and New Orleans like he did with Dwight Howard, just with Zion Williamson. But that didn't work because you went out and you signed Steven Adams and you trade for Eric Bledsoe, a guy who's going to shrink the floor, and another big man to pair next to Zion Williamson, who needs to get to the rim, who's going to shrink the floor and not give him any space to operate. So it's just kind of like, what do you do? Do you isolate Lonzo Ball throughout the course of the season, making him feel like, he's not a priority, making him feel that, sometimes they were playing him less minutes, and Lonzo Ball's game really improved this year, but it was just kind of like the overall rosters and overall just having some games Lonzo Ball was having high minutes, some games he wasn't. And then like the offensive sets that they were running wasn't really benefiting Brandon Ingram's strength, it wasn't benefiting Zion's strength, and it was just kind of like a mess on the offensive side of the court. And then they also were very slow. And you have a point guard in Lonzo Ball that can really push the floor and really get guys going on the transition. And that's what we kind of want to see with Lonzo Ball and Zion Williamson, running the fast break hard, pushing the ball, up-tempo, alley-oops, kind of like a Lob City in the South with New Orleans Pelicans. That really didn't get to kind of like come into fruition this season. So it's kind of like, what do you do if you're the New Orleans Pelicans? And it seems like Zion's family is in his ear. They want Zion in a bigger market. We know Zion, everybody wanted him to go to the Knicks, and he's with the New Orleans Pelicans. And it's crazy, like the same stuff that we're seeing with Zion happened to Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis spent 7 years with the New Orleans Pelicans and took them to the playoffs twice. Zion Williamson really has only played one full year in the NBA. You're already hearing these rumors about and issues with the New Orleans Pelicans in that franchise. So if you're David Griffin, you got to do whatever you have to do to make Zion Williamson happy. But the truth of the matter is just like all those guys showing up. If I'm Lonzo Ball, you sign a qualifying offer, whoever offers you the most money, you sign and you get the hell up out of there. Hopefully it's the Charlotte Hornets. Hopefully it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Those are two teams that will be a perfect fit for Lonzo Ball. He can either go play with his brother, and we can see, Chico Hills Part 2, which is what I would love to see, or he can go play back in Los Angeles, the Clippers, who need a true point guard. And then if you're Brandon Ingram, what do? This is about to be your fourth straight year of having a new head coach. Since you've been in the NBA, you need an organization with some stability. You need an organization that's going to rely on your strengths. You need an organization that's going to let you not have to compete to be the first option. So if you're Brandon Ingram, you probably want to say, you know what? I want to get out of here. I want to demand a trade. And there was rumors early when he was just like, he posted something on Instagram, was like, there's no vibes in New Orleans and stuff like that. That's, vibes, if you're young, that means women. That means excitement. That means, stuff to do. It's none of that in New Orleans to Brandon Ingram. So he already isn't too fond of the city. So if you're Brandon Ingram, you might want to request a trade, demand a trade, and get the hell up out of there. And if you're Zion Williamson, you probably want to just get your big deal, and then in another 1 or 2 years, probably try to get the hell up out of there as well, because New Orleans front office and that team is just known for not having any type of success. We saw with Anthony Davis, saw with Chris Paul. This is an organization that just doesn't know how to build a contending team. And why waste some of your great years, early career years in the NBA where you're young, where you still got your super athleticism, where you're, trying to get your stats, trying to do all these cool things. You can still do that in New Orleans, but it's just the fact, like, why be somewhere if you're unhappy? So if I'm Lonzo Ball, I'm getting the hell up out of there. If I'm Brandon Ingram, I'm demanding a trade. And if I'm Zion Williamson, I'm getting my money and then trying to force my way a trade to a city that I actually want to play with and also marketability is very important for Zion Williamson. He is a star. He needs to be in a big-time market. And unfortunately, the Oregon Pelicans aren't a big-time market. And that's important for Zion Williamson's brand, the Michael Jordan brand, and also, just Zion in general, who loves to play in the bright lights and be in the biggest environment. That's one of the reasons why he went to Duke. People just don't go to Duke just because they love Coach K. They go to Duke because it's a national program that's going to put all the spotlight, all the eyes, all the media attention on them. So that's important to Zion Williamson as well, because it's always been important to Zion Williamson. So it's a tricky situation. It's a dicey situation with the Oregon Pelicans. But once again, I've been saying this for 2 years, the issues with New Orleans, what are you going to do with Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson? Because it's hard to make both happy, but you got to kind of figure it out. But it's just they botched that situation. They botched the Lonzo Ball situation. Now we're hearing that Zion Williamson and his family wants him out of the Oregon Pelicans as well. So now they got to deal with that. So in my opinion, all those three guys need to run as far away from New Orleans as soon as possible.